Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Transformers fans everywhere, welcome back. LPS, Last Prime Speculator, here to bring you another speculation. As always, we're going to talk about the Maker. We're going to focus completely on the Maker, on Quintessa in particular. We're going to start off with TF Education first. We're going to learn from the very beginning. We're going to talk about Lockdown, where it all started in Age of Extinction. We're going to talk about the Seed. We're talking about Quintus Prime. We're talking about Quintessa. And I'm going to speculate at the end. I'm going to give you a real in-depth, deep speculation of Quintessa. If you're not familiar with this channel, we dig deep in the lore of Transformers, just like the last night. If you're open-minded and into Transformers, and particularly speculations, this is the community for you. Make sure to subscribe. Alright, let's get right to it. Lockdown, Transformers Age of Extinction. Connection, the Maker. Lockdown, a ruthless mercenary and Cybertronian bounty hunter who works directly for the creators of the Transformers. Responsible for capturing Optimus Prime and returning him alive to meet the creators or Optimus Prime's makers. The creators seem to be the only thing Lockdown fears in the galaxy. Lockdown had captured all the legendary Knights of Cybertron except one, Optimus Prime. Lockdown is also responsible for forming an alliance with former DEA agent and Cemetery Wind leader Henry Attinger. The human would provide Earth and human intelligence and the whereabouts of the last Prime on Earth in exchange for the ancient, powerful, and evil Cybertronian artifact known as the Seed. The alliance was formed, one Prime for one Seed. The war between the humans and the Transformers had officially begun. Upon arriving to Earth to proceed in completing his mission, Lockdown had at some point interacted with Harold Attinger and learned about his purpose of eliminating the Transformers on Earth, particularly Optimus Prime. The two would form a partnership and mutual respect. Following the deal, Lockdown would assist the CIA unit into hunting the Autobots, being provided unlimited access to Earth's resources and also the exchange of Optimus Prime. As the story goes on, Lockdown unknowingly gets word of Optimus fighting Galvatron and rendezvous to the location, proceeds to intervene their battle. By heading there, Lockdown had shot Optimus Prime, stunning him. Galvatron flees. Lockdown approaches. Optimus reveals his true and forgotten dark history towards him. Optimus Prime, still stunned and able to defend himself, Lockdown decided to explain to Prime his true past. Remember this ship, Prime? Built for all you knights, you great crusaders to explore the universe? Well, I commandeered it. It's my personal prison now. Quintus Prime. Quintus Prime was one of the original 13. He was created in the role that was called, nicknamed, the Cedar of Life. A daydreamer and a huge bright imagination, he was considered the scientist of the 13. After the Unicron was defeated and Quintus Prime wanted to live in peace and created his own peaceful race and civilization, where he explored the galaxies, Quintus Prime would see life across the universe and create a life for good, for peace, and for love. Quintus Prime created the Seed that would end up creating the evil race known as the Quintessons, one of the most feared races in the universe. Quintus Prime was rumored to be killed by his very own creations and never seen or heard from again. The Seed. A seed is a device made by the creator and contains elements of Transformium that was primal material of the Transformer. Once detonated, it will turn into organic matter all around it into molten Cybertronian metal. The Seed is small for its size but does not hide its incredible power. When they go off, it is in the blast range of equivalent to the human nickname a tactical nuke. Around 65 million years ago, the creators used the Seed as a part of cyberforming thousands of different worlds and galaxies to create Transformium, with the material being used to construct a Transformer. On Earth, this led to the extinction of the dinosaurs. However, why the reasons the creators didn't take all the samples and some Transformer remained present on Earth is unknown. Eventually, the human scientists would discover and be unaware of its actual power and real resources. Now let's speculate, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed your Transformers education. Now it's time to speculate. I want to talk about particularly for the Maker. Alright, we know the whole Lockdown story. Everything started from Age of Extinction and started particularly with the seed and the contract between the humans and Lockdown. Now, I want to talk about Quintessa in particular, okay? I just want to dig in strictly with her, the maker, and we're going to speculate, and this is all pure speculations. Before I start again, this is a Transformer speculation channel. Let's get right to it. All right, let's start from everything, okay? Quintessa actually could have been responsible for creating the seed, or she is tied into the seed. I think we can all agree on that. But here is what's kind of interesting, is that Quintus Prime is, in my opinion, the creator of the seed. I'm sorry, I said Quintessa, I meant Quintus Prime. He was the creator of the seed, and this seed originally was built to build Transformium, to build life. Quintus Prime was one of the 13. He was a scientist. He was very smart, dude. Wanted to build life. He was a peaceful guy, dude. So think about this. He builds the seed to build his own civilization, which we know to come to the Quintessons, right? He wanted to basically build his own civilization for good. After the war with Unicron, you got to think about this from a human factor. After a war with Unicron, I'm assuming you want to go and relax after your war history of events, just anything. You're retired, you want to settle down and have a family. Think about that. So the seed originally was created, I believe, for good by Quintus Prime. He could have literally created Quintessa, okay? He could have created Quintessa to be his queen in a way. His new life, his new form. Quintessa could be a direct build from the seed. Now, what made me want to do this speculation is, I'm going to give a shout out to Drift Lover. She pointed this out, is this shot right here. We see the blue in the eyes, but then we see the purple inside. I instantly thought of the planet which we think is Cybertron, which I don't think it's Cybertron, because again, in that middle, there's something dark and evil. There's a brain, there's hands, there's something coming for Earth that is controlling this. Now, I thought of this through this whole thing being about manipulation. Is that manipulated me in a way? One, I'm colorblind, but overall, that's a manipulation. So think about it through the Cybertron and Optimus Prime's perspective. We saw him being electrocuted, tortured. I really truly believe they're building the Herald of Unicron. They are breaking the soul of a Prime for their bounties, okay? Let's stick with Quintessa, though. I'm sorry. Again, speculation. I think she killed Quintus Prime. I think she killed him and basically took over and claimed herself as the new god. These Game of Thrones, all these shows are about evil queens. This is their own lore of the universe. And if you look at the eyes again, it's pure manipulation. There's purple in the very, very bottom, which the purple is so significant because, again, it's all about manipulation. And the purple eyes with Optimus Prime this is about good versus evil. I truly believe that. Now, after she killed Quintus Prime, she could have made up something and basically claimed herself as the new god. And being that Quintus Prime is a Prime and she knows the origins and where he comes from, the Cybertron, she knows the stories, I'm assuming, about Unicron, because Quintus Prime wanted to build his family, right? She knows everything about the Transformers. She kills Quintus Prime and basically invades Cybertron. At this time was the Knights of Cybertron's era. This was basically Beast era. If you look at the app, it's 990 BC. Beast ruled the world, just like Earth. Okay, and she came and enslaved and basically wiped the history of the Beast arm of Transformers. And I'm thinking basically treat them like animals, threw them in a cage, torture them, ran tests because she planned on building her own race and perfecting maybe the seed times affinity. You know, use Quintus Prime's scientist build of the Transformium seed, but put her own touch on it. Because again, she was created by her, I'm saying husband, creator. She was created by Quintus Prime. And why I think that this is such a is so significant is because think about this. Okay, let's say she did capture the Knights of Cybertron. We see Dragonstorm. The Knights were legendary warriors, and they were also built directly off the Wellspark. They were the first ones from this origins and lore. Look at all TF Wiki, the app. They were created directly off the Wellspark, the Well of Sparks, which is Solus Prime, and that would be the most purest Transformer in a creator's, maker's standpoint. So basically, she captured the Knights of Cybertron and the legendary warriors, the Dinobot. She kept them alive, and also made them do their sinister ways. I think she also probably, you know, slaved them, kept them in cages, tortured them, ran experiments, but she kept the Knights directly alive because I believe they were born directly off the Well of Sparks, aka Solus Prime, right? And with this, she has the actual direct line of the bloodline of the Transformers, and now she can build her own evil creations. Now, think about the opening of Age of Extinction. We all want to know about the hands. I want to know about the hands. I think those were the minions created. Now, she brought the seeds out and wiped our dinosaurs out, right? Why they came here is because I think maybe she found out after the battle for Unicron, maybe she inherited some of his knowledge. She knew there was dark energy on here. And being an evil dictator, a queen, an evil Quintesson queen, she would want to make basically build Unicron back up for her own purposes, basically to be her minion, right? We don't know what happened. Something happened. It didn't. The process didn't come out. Now we're gonna tie it in with Optimus Prime. Okay, the purple and the eyes are blue. That's where he says, "My maker, I do." She is literally torturing. We see him being chained up and being electrocuted, which pisses me off and breaks my heart. Is that when Lockdown says, "You think you were born, you were built, and your creators want you back," he was laughing at it. He was almost taunting Optimus. It's basically saying, "You were built for a purpose. We all work for somebody," is something he said. His direct quote is, "Where do you think you came from? You think you were born? No. You were built, and your creators want you back." That was the actual direct quote. So, what if Optimus Prime, to rewrite history of the writers team, was actually built by literally Quintessa? Like, she was her first gladiator. The first one. Like, the Optimus was built to serve her, right? The manipulation with him being a Prime now, and being the 13th, the last Prime on Earth, is very, very, very significant, because what if they tied in with Unicron? Let's say it is Unicron. Let's see that this is all about a contract. If they go about Age of Extinction, it was about a contract with the humans and in Lockdown, and he worked for the creators. It was all about to get Optimus, and they get the seed. That's a contract. Think about this. If you read through the app again and look around comic books after the war, Unicron spread it all over the galaxies, and somehow he's Unicron. He's a god. He could live. Or basically, what if Quintessa, after the war happened, where the rebellion happened, where the Transformers basically found out the Quintessons, aka Quintessa's ruler at the time, was false gods, abandoned them, she somehow ran into Unicron, and Unicron offered her a deal to get Optimus back, which could actually be her actual gladiator that she built personally to protect her, right? One of her actual minions that ended up becoming a Prime. That could have been the Orion Pax time through this new live-action universe and the rewrite in history. Is Unicron literally could have make a contract deal with, give me Optimus Prime, all I need is the Matrix, or something to go back at Earth. Or it could actually be that she found Unicron back at that time, during this time where they wiped out the dinosaurs, and she was building his backup core just in case, you know, he found it. That was literally a deal after that. That could have actually been when Quintus Prime died, something like that, where that's where the contract was established. And literally, she's building, spreading seeds and wiping the dinosaurs. You're building the Transformium of her actual creator, Quintus Prime, all over Earth to respark Unicron, like his backup generator, just in case. Like, there was some contract, just like, you know, Age of Extinction, that Unicron is literally in the core of the Earth. And the Riddler made a great point, is that part in the middle that's getting exploded could actually be Unicron coming up. Like, that's what they're actually, they destroy literally the soul of Unicron, like his backup generator and his backup thing, something. I think there's two ships again in the water, okay? It could be a Titan, it could be something in that regards, but it's something absolutely huge, you know what I'm saying? Where the seeds were built of her 1A to rebuild Unicron's body. And Optimus Prime is hers, her creation to protect her, where literally that was the part happening. And she could have literally captured him when he was dead from Age of Extinction after that battle. Like, literally at the end of the day, she wanted Prime alive, and Prime was going to see her. Now we see her possibly being tortured, right? I honestly thought my trailer breakdown was good until Drift Lover pointed that out with the purple. Now, let's tie it in with the sword again. The sword, in my opinion, has a pharaoh sign. Now, they're not showing it, but you could see, in my opinion, you could see where the pharaoh part begins on Quintessa's face right there, right? Where the pharaoh part of the sword that he grabbed literally was for him back in his day of his old weapon, right? Driftlover, I think, pointed that out too about his old time, where literally that's where it connected, where he remembered he worked for Quintessa. He was the direct gladiator for her, to protect her, to serve her, and do all that, right? Or what if, I'm gonna throw something out there. What if it's actually Solus Prime? Now, again, with this app, this Transformers app that you can download on your Apple, Google Play stores, whatever, Android, is she was killed off of trickery. Her and Megatronus were in love. If you haven't seen my TF education video, it's down below. Check it out. Enjoy it. I get really in depth with it there. Where her death of trickery by Legion Maximo could have resulted in her creating the Well of Sparks, where maybe she created herself, and Unicron manipulated the recreation of Solus Prime at that time for something evil. That you can be a god. I will make you a god and take over Cybertron. All I want is Earth, something, beat Primus, something like that. Where literally, this could maybe be the evil version of Solus Prime, of her lost soul off the Wellspark, where she created herself wanting vengeance for her loss of Megatronus and the Fallen, right? The Megatronus is the Fallen, and Optimus killed him, and it's her old Prime, where literally that's why she is torturing him. She's torturing him for all his sins he's done, and now he's a Prime. He's no longer the same one that she had before. So I don't know, guys. I thought I'd throw that out there for you, give you a little bit of speculation on Quintessa. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm so fascinated by Quintessa. Just in general. I mean, or again with real quick, again with the planet in the middle, Quintessa could actually be all in one. The Maker itself, like literally, that is her looking very similar to the female version of the Fallen, right? Is literally right there. Like that could be the female version of the Fallen, where she can literally transform into anything. Because if you, at the end of the day, she's part of Transformium. She's one of the gods, probably again connected to Quintus Prime. She might be, that might actually be the planet Quintessa that is literally alive all in general, and that's her live action universe. So there you go, guys. Had to make sure I got that in at the end. Again, if you're not familiar with this channel, we speculate, we dig deep in the lore of Transformers. To my subscribers, I love you so much. Again, I told you I would give you a deep speculation, subscribers. So, guys, LPS Last Prime Speculator, peace.